The Pretoria Peace Agreement, a significant peace deal made by the African Union to end the conflict in Ethiopia's Tigray region, continues to demonstrate the power of Africa-led solutions to resolve conflicts. Senior officials from Ethiopia's federal government, the interim administration of Tigray, as well as the key figures of the African Union gathered to discuss the progress made since the agreement's conclusion. A report presented by the African Union's Commissioner for Political, Peace and Security Affairs, Ambassador Bankole Adeoye, highlighted key achievements of the peace process. The report underlined that the agreement, which included 11 key points, is the first peace deal to successfully address the security challenges of the continent with a purely African solution, making a milestone in the African Union's peace-building efforts.
First, number one for us is African leadership. Thanks to the government of Ethiopia, Prime Minister Abiy insisted on African Union mediation and facilitation. That was very strategic. And TPLF also eventually came on board. It shows African solutions to African problems. The parties were marvelous in believing in the African Union. And I can tell you a secret today. The first thing they said after silencing the guns and cessation of hostilities was that they would start with the principles. And I recall Minister Gideon, who was then Justice Minister, briefing us that after almost a full day, they had come to the conclusion on two principles. One, Excellencies, the full respect of the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Ethiopia. And secondly, that Ethiopia will have one national army.
Former Nigerian President Olusegun Obasanjo, who played a leading role in the negotiations, praised the agreement as a testament to the strength and unity of the African Union. He emphasized the deal reflected the collective will of African states to solve their own problems without external intervention.
The leadership and the management of this mediation process by the African Union Commission are widely recognized as significant success. This report encapsulates the experiences, challenges, and triumphs of a complex and enlightening journey. This process exemplifies the principles of African solution to African problems with the support of African friends who share the same objective with Africa. It underscores the capability of African statesmen and institutions to resolve conflicts and foster peace within our continent.
For his part, Minister of Foreign Affairs Gideon Timotheos also expressed confidence in the Ethiopian government's commitment to the agreement. He stated that the successful conclusion of the Northern War through the Pretoria Peace Agreement not only demonstrates Ethiopia's dedication to peace but also highlights the viability of African solutions for African problems.
The best example the Pretoria Agreement sets for other cases is that it was founded on fundamental objectives and principles beyond silencing the gun. For instance, our two sides agreed to reject violence as a matter of resolving political differences and respect for the sovereignty, territorial integrity, and unity of Ethiopia, as well as legality and respect for constitutional norms and principles enshrined in the Constitution. These objectives and principles, as foundations of the agreement, guide us to redouble our efforts to guarantee full implementation of the peace agreement.
He further outlined the ongoing efforts by the government to ensure the full implementation of the agreement.
The commitment of the government of Ethiopia to the Pretoria Peace Agreement cannot and should not be questioned. We have been engaged with our partners for peace in dialogue and constant negotiations. we have deployed substantial resources and taken steps to make it easier to transit back to normal constitutional governance in the region, going beyond what is provided in the peace agreement. The way ahead must continue through dialogue and constructive engagement, and importantly, strict adherence to the rule of law.
ጌታቸው ረዳ, Chief Administrator of the Interim Regional Administration of Tigray, noted the transformative impact of the agreement, which has brought peace to Tigray and provided a model for resolving conflicts across Africa. The event highlighted that the Pretoria Peace Agreement not only paves the way for lasting peace in Ethiopia, but also symbolizes the African Union's growing role in ensuring peace and stability across the continent.